Is Starnodes back from the dead? There's a lot of things I want to talk about, some pretty important updates, and if there's even going to be a future for Starnodes even though he is back. I'm going to try to answer some of those questions in this video, so let's get right to it. What's going on, everybody? It's Kolev. Hope you're having a great day or night, whatever time you're watching this video. It happened. It came out of nowhere. I wish I would have known. Could have made a lot of money, but I wish I would have known. StarDev just randomly popped out of thin air, came back from the dead, and made this huge announcement. I want to kind of go over, what he said. Go ahead and look at the chart and where it's at, and kind of what spawned from this, specific announcement. And, the future of the project, if there is one. So this is their Discord. A link will be down in the description if you did want to pop in here. But this is what StarDev said yesterday at 6:20. Hello everyone, I think I owe you all an explanation concerning this long-term absence. To quickly explain to you, every day I was thinking about this project. I slept 3 or 4 hours a day. I took to heart all the message coming from you. Each problem was my problem, and I gave my all to solve it as soon as possible. Each negative message impacted me and made me feel bad little by little, and all these problems caused me to burn out. Every time I thought about the project, I was apprehensive, I was afraid, I was stressed, so I decided to take a little time for myself to come back in top form. So as to not alarm you, I decided not to say anything. Even my team was not aware. I did not realize at the time that I was going to take on such a large scale. I thought that with a team of 6 people to answer your messages, helping you, it would be not as impactful. This was totally my mistake. I should have informed my team of my burnout, but I did not want to alarm them to be scary. So to be scared. I didn't think it would last so long. I hoped in all sincerity that a little break of 2 days would do me the greatest good. Despite all of this, I know some of you lost a lot of money, invested a lot of time, and felt scammed, robbed, and that's understandable. The dev leaves without leaving any news, but if I really wanted to leave with the money, wouldn't it have already been done? So now it is my responsibility to get the project back on track so that all the people who lost money so far can find themselves in positive. Part of the money available will be used to recruit new people, add innovations, and the rest will be stacked to create additional income, which after the moment will cover your losses. Yeah, so apparently all, whatever negative comments that he was receiving seemed to have hit him pretty hard. He decided, I think the worst thing that he could have done though was complete silence, because then, people immediately assume, oh, the dev's gone, it's rugged, whatever. And I think that's ultimately what drove, this project down to the grave, was a combination of that, and obviously the whole node apocalypse that was happening, kind of spawned just, the Starnodes project to just die. Like, if things are stressing you out like that, I think it's better to say that to the community and be transparent in that way, like he has in the past with other stuff, like with other things. But to go completely silent, ninja mode, you can't do that because people are immediately going to assume the worst. And then the fact that you don't tell your team is also the worst part as well, because now your own team doesn't know what's going on. They have nothing to be able to reiterate to people. So they're completely working on assumption. I think that was definitely the worst way to handle it. So if something like this ever happens in the future, I think this kind of goes to show for all devs, if they are legit and not trying to scam people, if you are getting burnt out, just be transparent and tell your community. I promise you that your community would understand. As long as you have other people there to be able to support the project, your community will 100% understand. So he goes on to say like 3 more things. To conclude, I announce that the current team will be changed following differences and a lack of belief in this project. My goal is to rebuild this project, and that's why I will recruit a lot of new people, including developers. These next few weeks are going to be intense, but together we can make it. I can see that you all are very happy, and I confess it makes me very glad. To tell you the truth, I was very apprehensive. I'll be transparent with you. The next few days are going to be difficult. I am currently alone and don't want to relapse, so I absolutely need a dev to help me. With all these purchases of nodes lately, a reduction of rewards is going to be necessary. This one will take place the 21st at 8 p.m. UTC. The rewards will drop from 0.66 to 0.18. All your rewards that have not been claimed will also be reduced, so don't forget to claim them. Okay, so that is the major point. The rewards are going to get cut, and that is a good thing. Like, y'all need to understand that. That is a good thing. This is still a solid percent. This is still 1.8% a day, That's still pretty solid. But you have to understand, since the project was dying, like, well, two things. Since the project was dying, everybody that still, you know, kind of believed in the project was still buying nodes. So nodes were cheap. Nodes were literally to the point where they were like $5 a node. So, you know, people hopped on that opportunity, and I'm sure a lot of people bought up the nodes. So there's a lot of nodes that are eventually going to be paying out hundreds of dollars if it ever gets back to, like, you know, $20 or $30. So that is a necessity, you know, to help stabilize the project and keep it more sustainable in that perspective. But also, that's just a more sustainable number in general. Node projects that are claiming like crazy rewards, they could maybe make you money, but they're just not gonna last. They're simply not gonna last. Sustainability, I think, should be the key thing that you look for in a node project first. I know, again, I've made a lot of money from this project because it had crazy numbers, but you know, the meta kind of is changing, right? Like, you can't do the same thing forever and expect to win from it. People are gonna get smarter, you know, developers are gonna get smarter, and things are gonna change. So you have to make sure you're keeping up to date with what's current, what's meta. And you know, these high rewards for these node projects aren't really meta anymore. Like, they're not attracting the same amount of investors. Now, the high ROI projects that I cover in my videos are completely different. That's a whole other beast. Those explode all the time and make a lot of people a lot of money. It's just you have to be early. You have to be there at least in the first day. So that's a different topic. But as far as node projects, the high APR node projects are starting, you know, to go downhill. So I think that transitioning over, you know, to a 1.8%, which is a pretty solid number, is a good move. All right, so if we look at this chart, yeah, it's absolutely insane. We were sitting around 67 cents. And the immediate moment that he made that announcement, we had a sharp rise up to about $1, and it was pretty much all uphill from there, hitting at a peak of almost $5. Yeah, so anybody that, you know, threw a bunch of money here, man, you made a ton of money. Yeah, the project seems like it's starting to stabilize a little bit. Had a bit of a rundown here, but looks like it's finding a way back. So this is pretty good, you know. It obviously is nothing compared to, you know, where it was, right? In the grand scheme of things, like, this is just a tiny little speck of dust in the multiverse of what it used to be. But it's looking okay. You know, again, I can't really say that I recommend this project for you after that whole thing, like after that whole debacle. Like, I can't say that like 100%, yo, I recommend all of you go to Starnodes. Of course, nothing in this video is financial advice anyways, but I wouldn't even say that to most people, just because at this point, like, this project is just mega risky, and I'm already in it, right? Like, I already have the stake in it. I already have all my nodes. And, you know, this video is more, you know, for people that already have nodes, are already invested, like, in the project. And, you know, I guess for the people that are on the fence about it, I'm sure that this video does not help justify you getting to this project and all, and that's not the intention of it. It is literally just to update y'all on what's going on. And, you know, this is going on, so looks like StarDev is back. Do I think that this project has a future? Well, I think that he's making the right move in the reward cut. I think that is pretty much necessary. If he did not do that, then I would have zero faith in this project. But at least he's reducing that to, you know, to give the project some sort of sustainability. It's really going to be up to him to figure out some sort of, you know, marketing movement to get people back in. He's going to have to make a completely new website. Everything is going to have to change. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to have to change. It's going to truly be a miracle if this project comes back. That is my honest opinion. It's going to be a miracle if this project recovers fully and even gets back, you know, to the $10-15 range. He's going to have to do some crazy stuff. He's going to have to do some crazy innovations. He's going to have to fundamentally change this project. Can he do it? Well, obviously he can't by himself. Yeah, I mean, he says it. Let's see what happens if he gets more devs. But that's my opinion. You know, that's the update. Starnodes back from the dead, maybe. Looks like it. StarDev is definitely back from the grave. So we'll see what happens. You know, hopefully, you know, everybody that did end up losing their money can get their money back. So I do hope success for all the people that lost their money, not necessarily, you know, for the project itself, because, you know, that kind of sucks that he did that. But for everybody that lost money, I hope that this is a good sign. I hope that the project can propel, you know, and get to, you know, its former glory, you know, for all the people that did lose money. So hopefully that happens. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a like down below and a sub if you really did enjoy it. And like always, you have a great day or night, whatever time you're watching this video. Have a good one.